Welcome back, everybody. I've seen quite a few videos lately on the surplus collection ability as of 2018. In other words, what guns are there out there that we can collect now that the Mosin the guns have dried up, and things that are in that price range. Well, actually, there's nothing in that price range anymore. Even the current influx of this kind of firearm, which is probably the best investment on the surplus side of things right now. These little Star 1911 clones from Spain that are no longer produced, which makes them collectible, and other Cold War era Makarovs and the Tokarevs from World War II. They're kind of starting to dry up too. Some of them are getting a little more expensive, but these are a pretty good way to go if you want to collect something. And this one, generally in the $200 range, maybe a little more. These are going to dry up too. This is a Star BM model, and generally this is the condition they'll come in, approximately this. Some are better, some are worse, just like any surplus. These are police turn-ins made in Spain. This one comes with a plastic box. Some will be coming in cardboard. The manual, of course, is in Spanish. Quite a few illustrations on the disassembly, but as you can see, it's entirely in Spanish. And of course, this is the Model BM in 9mm. Now, this particular one happened to come with a extra magazine in the box, in good condition but used a bit. And then of course the firearm and a cleaning rod also in the box. And we have a magazine in the firearm itself right out of the box. We'll go ahead and pull the mag. Everything looks clear. Sorry about that, bumping the camera again. Now these do have a magazine disconnect in them. These little BM models do. There's the model BM. Manufacture date looks like 1979. The earlier ones have this more high polished look to them. This one has a bit of holster wear on it. Good shiny bore. It's been around the block a time or two, of course. Let me reinsert the magazine so I can drop the hammer down and take a quick look at it. Very nice, heavyweight. If you 1911 type gun. If you like 1911s, you're gonna love these. On top of being a collectible surplus turn-in type gun. You can see there were some military police markings on it right there. That's what these two little machining spots are. I think they took those symbols off, from what I understand. You can see this is a CAI import, Century Arms. So this is a very good way to get into the collecting market today. I can show you how tight the sights are. Not exactly a quick acquisition site, but they will work. Being the 9mm caliber, what a wonderful way to shoot a 1911 style gun. No grip safety. Internals are a little bit different on these. The trigger, we saw it was unloaded. Pivots from the top, as you can see, you see how it's starting to pivot downwards, rather than the straight slide back motion of a 1911 trigger. Takedown is similar to it. The BM is a little different than its bigger brother, being the compact size. A little different method of takedown. The barrel bushing operates about the same, but the guide rod is a captive full-length guide rod in there, and it has actually a captured spring on it that can be replaced just by unscrewing the end of the guide rod off and replacing that spring. This one, you can see, was used quite a bit, and I believe their ammunition is a little bit higher powered than our standard ammunition, and in fact it exceeds our plus P pressures. And this one, the takedown lever, which also is the slide lock, is actually bent a little bit on. I've got a replacement coming for it, and that's one of the drawbacks to these guns, is if you do have some damaged parts, other than springs are readily available from places such as Wolf Springs, but the replacement parts themselves are going to be a little more difficult to find and a little bit more expensive. The one I found was $30 for that slide, and I thought that was a pretty good deal. Other places had them for even more, or this slide release, but I did want to fire it with that bent release in there. It's a little difficult to remove, but I'm not going to do it right now because of that. But I've also got new springs coming for it, because this had quite a few rounds through it. Grips are in fair condition. A little bit of wear on them, as you can see, but not bad. And replacement grips are readily available, aftermarket even. If you want to pretty it up and put some wood grips on it, you can spend about half as much again as the gun was cost you to purchase, and put yourself some pretty grips on it. To me, it's at best going to be a shooter with some collectible potential. I'll call it collectability potential, being that they are limited in production. I believe they only made a couple 100,000 of the BM model, so they're a little bit limited. So I advise you to look these up and find one if you can, and have some fun with it. Being 9mm, very economical to shoot. Get it fixed up while you can still get the parts, and also give yourself an outlet for the current lack of milsurp type inexpensive firearms. Next up, I'm going to go into some of what you can collect now. You might have to save up 2 or 3 times longer to get some of the current firearms that are available, which are higher end guns basically, and sometimes they're a little more damaged, a little more wear, but nonetheless still collectible, but you're going to pay a higher price for them. So this is the start of our restarting up the collection series, and show you what I've been able to find on the collector's market, and some old and new guns that you may want to pick up and consider going that direction if you're a milsurp collector. So anyway, we'll rapid fire a few of those videos off in the coming weeks, and as usual, thanks for watching.